Hey, how's it going? My name is Chris Finch, and I am one of the volunteers at United in Bellingham. And I'm here to tell you guys one of the times that God provided for me by answering a prayer of mine. So, I am a sick person, and by that I mean I have a lot of medical problems with my body. And when I was 8 years old, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, which to an 8 year old, being told you can't have sugar is earth shattering. And diabetes is hard. It's really hard to deal with, and it's one of those things that I was like, man, I'm going to be dealing with this for the rest of my life, and if I don't take good care of it, there's going to be massive complications. And so I spent my teenage years and everything going through this whole process of learning to control my diabetes and work with my diabetes. When I turned 21, though, I got diagnosed with a second autoimmune disease called rheumatoid arthritis. And when I got diagnosed with that, it kind of threw off my diabetes because things I would do to help my rheumatoid messed up my diabetes, and things I was doing for my diabetes would affect my rheumatoid. So I started having to do this strange balancing act, and finally started to get it sorted. And then about 4 years later, when I was 25, I got diagnosed with a third autoimmune disease called IgA nephropathy, which is a kidney disease. And when I got diagnosed with that, I learned that because of that disease, I was going to need a transplant in a few years' time. And that's scary. It's major surgery. I'm 25 years old, being told that I'm going to get surgery that a lot of people much older than I get. And it scared me. But I was like, all right, it's just another health issue. Let's do it. I want to live. And so we went down to Seattle to meet with doctors to learn what to expect with the surgery and things I was going to have to be doing. And when we were down there, the doctors were like, oh, hey, you're also a type 1 diabetic. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, well, just so you know, because you're a type 1 diabetic and this kidney disease is not because of your diabetes, you are in fact eligible for not just a kidney transplant, but from the same donor, you can also receive a pancreas transplant. And I'm like, okay, does that mean that I wouldn't be diabetic anymore? And they're like, yes. Everything you'd be doing to maintain your kidney transplant would also help you maintain your pancreas transplant. And, they said that, and I was like, we're going to go with that option because, yeah. They're like, there's some more risks to it, but there's risks to surgery. I don't care if there are more, if it means that this thing I've been dealing with since I was such a young boy, and this thing that I've been asking to go away since I was such a young boy, would be gone. Let's do it. And a couple of years later, we did. I didn't just receive a kidney, I also received a pancreas from my donor. And God answered my prayers. A young boy was asking God to take away this disease that, was hurting him, that, was causing him constant discomfort, and that was just making things really challenging in my life. God did it in the way that I wasn't asking him to do. I wanted him to just take it away and make it, magically disappear. But God did it that way, and he did it that way. And looking back at it, I can see why he did it that way. Because if he hadn't done it that way, I don't think my faith would be as strong as it is now. If he hadn't done it that way, I wouldn't have gone through the sufferings that I did to build the perseverance and to learn to rely on God with the hardships in my life. God did it that way because he knew it was best for me. He didn't take it away magically, and he didn't take it away immediately. He had me go through these trials so that I can say my faith is stronger because of that, and my relationship with him is stronger because of that. And God provided for me in that way, and I am so grateful for what he did, because we serve a God who answers prayers, we serve a God who provides for us, and we serve a God who loves us. And I'm so glad that God answers prayers in a way that I didn't expect him to.